Have you ever felt like the people in your life are ignoring you? Or maybe you feel like you're constantly disappointing your partner because you keep asking them to repeat themselves. If that sounds familiar, it may not be the relationship, it may actually be hearing loss. I'm Dr. Shaina Stapleton, and today I'm going to explain exactly how hearing loss impacts communication, emotional connection, and even intimacy, and what you can do about it.
Communication is the foundation of every relationship, yet hearing loss often turns everyday conversation into an emotional and mental challenge. What used to be effortless becomes a process of concentration, guessing, and constant self-correction. The simple act of participating in a conversation can suddenly feel like deciphering a fragmented code. Words blur, tones become unclear, and conversations move faster than the brain can process. This communication strain affects both sides. The person with hearing loss may hesitate to ask for repeats, not wanting to seem annoying or demanding. Meanwhile, family members, partners, or friends may unintentionally speak quickly, turn away mid-sentence, or forget to face the listener. These small actions create moments of disconnect, slowly forming gaps in understanding that neither side fully notices until the frustration becomes impossible to ignore. What makes hearing loss particularly difficult is its invisibility. Unlike a physical injury, hearing impairment does not announce itself. Others may misinterpret the struggle as disinterest, forgetfulness, or inattentiveness. Conversations become filled with misunderstandings, interruptions, or incorrect assumptions, creating a communication barrier that separates people emotionally long before they realize it physically. Emotional distance and the silent strain on relationships. Relationships thrive on shared emotions, shared stories, and shared experiences. But hearing loss can create an emotional distance that feels subtle at first, then overwhelming. When someone can't fully hear their partner's voice, their laughter, or the small emotional nuances in tone, they can begin to feel disconnected from them. What was once rich and layered communication becomes flattened and incomplete. For the person experiencing hearing loss, this emotional distance often carries guilt. They may blame themselves for the difficulty or worry they are becoming a burden. They fear disappointing their partner or embarrassing themselves in social settings. These feelings can lead to withdrawal, where the person speaks less, participates less, and engages less, not because they don't care, but because the effort feels exhausting. The partner, meanwhile, may feel shut out or confused. They may notice their loved one becoming quieter and interpret it as emotional withdrawal rather than a coping mechanism. Over time, this cycle can create tension, sadness, and resentment. Even though neither person is at fault, the emotional strain becomes its own silent presence in the relationship, shaping daily life in ways that often go unspoken. Misunderstandings, conflicts, and the hidden emotional toll. Even the healthiest relationships experience misunderstandings, but hearing loss increases their frequency and intensity. A missed phrase can become a misinterpreted intention. A misunderstood request can escalate into a disagreement. A conversation cut short due to miscommunication can leave both partners feeling frustrated. Conflict is not caused by the hearing loss itself, but by its impact on emotional communication. Tone of voice becomes difficult to detect. Subtle humor may be missed. Affection expressed verbally may sound unclear. Arguments become more stressful because one person must work twice as hard to understand, while the other repeats themselves constantly. This dynamic creates emotional exhaustion. The person with hearing loss may feel blamed for misunderstandings, even when everyone knows the cause is medical. The partner may feel ignored, even when the truth is that their voice simply wasn't audible enough. This emotional confusion eats away at the relationship unless both sides learn to communicate in new ways. Family dynamics, social life, and the feeling of being left out. Hearing loss affects not only romantic relationships, but also the larger network of family and friends. Group conversations become particularly challenging because multiple voices overlap, making it nearly impossible to follow who is speaking. During family gatherings, dinners, celebrations, or casual hangouts, the person with hearing loss may begin to fall silent, not to isolate themselves, but because they can't keep up with the rapid pace of conversation. This leads to a recurring experience described by many, feeling physically present but socially absent. In group settings, key moments, jokes, and stories often pass by unheard. The person may smile politely without understanding why everyone else is laughing. They may miss important pieces of family news or misunderstand updates. The sense of being left out grows quietly, even when loved ones try their best to include them. Children, parents, and siblings experience their own struggles. Family members may grow impatient without meaning to. Children may not understand why a parent or grandparent didn't respond to a question. Siblings may tease or get frustrated during conversations. Partners may unconsciously create a barrier role, stepping in to interpret, repeat, or explain, which can create unbalanced dynamics in the family. Social circles often change as well. Someone who once loved social activities may avoid them because group conversations feel overwhelming. Invitations may decline, friendships may fade, and introversion may increase out of necessity rather than preference. The emotional consequence is not loneliness chosen, but loneliness felt even in a room full of people. Love, intimacy, and redefining connection. In romantic relationships rely deeply on emotional intimacy, and hearing loss influences how that intimacy is expressed and felt. Many small romantic gestures, the quiet "I love you," the reassuring tone of voice, the whispered joke, can be harder to hear. Soft-spoken moments become difficult to share. Couples often must create new methods of expressing care, affection, and reassurance. Dating also presents challenges. The pressure to hear everything correctly, especially in early stages, can create anxiety that overshadows the experience. Loud restaurants, busy streets, or phone conversations become stressful environments. Many people with hearing loss worry about how to disclose it, afraid of being misunderstood or judged. Yet those who embrace vulnerability often find that honesty builds trust early and strengthens emotional connection. Long-term partnerships, on the other hand, undergo a transformation. They learn to communicate differently, sometimes relying on touch, body language, clear phrasing, or intentional eye contact. Some couples discover that their communication becomes deeper because they must slow down and pay attention to each other more carefully. The adaptability of love becomes a powerful force, capable of reshaping routines and preserving connection even when hearing changes. Still, intimacy can be affected by emotional fatigue. When someone is exhausted from trying to hear all day, they may withdraw or fall silent at night. The partner may misinterpret this as disinterest rather than a sign of mental overload. Emotional closeness requires patience, understanding, and the willingness to create new patterns that allow both individuals to feel loved and understood. In the end, hearing loss does not define the relationship. How the relationship responds defines the journey.
At my clinic, we see hundreds of couples every year, and when hearing loss is treated, they almost always say the same thing. We're talking again, we're laughing again, we understand each other again, and your relationship deserves that. If this video was helpful to you, make sure to subscribe. I post new educational videos every single week to help you understand hearing loss, tinnitus, and the solutions that actually work.